My dear brothers and sisters, what is in your heart? Who is there? Is it someone or something? Is it a thing of the past or something of the present? These questions will make us think and ponder, and it will allow us to look into our values and what really keeps us going every day. Jesus said in the Gospel, "For where your treasure is, there also will your heart be." Therefore, what do we treasure the most in our life? King Solomon, in today's first reading, was a wise man whose fame has spread throughout the known world of his day. And this gift of wisdom is what he asked for from God as he started his reign. The Queen of Sheba came to see if Solomon is wise as what has been reported to her. And when she experienced Solomon's empire and saw all that he had accomplished, she was so amazed. Solomon manifested even more wisdom than what she had been told. He was filled with wisdom that comes from God. God dwells in the heart and mind of King Solomon. In the Gospel, Jesus looks within a person and sees the source of defilement. He said that defilement does not come from what one eats, but from the thoughts and feelings within a person. A person's attitude and intentions and the acts and words which flow from them are much more corrupting than what is consumed. My dear friends, God dwells in the heart and mind of Jesus, that he was able to radiate his presence to the people around him. He encouraged his disciples and all of us to look into our own thoughts and feelings. Is God our only treasure in which our heart belongs to? Is he the one that is inside our heart and our minds, that he will also be radiated in our words and actions? Today we celebrate the memorial of Blessed Pius IX. This Pope is very significant in the life of Don Bosco and in the Salesian congregation. During his pontificate, Pope Pius IX supported and guided Don Bosco in the founding of the congregation. It was he who suggested calling it a society to be attuned with the times, of having vows, and he suggested a simple habit and an intense but not too complicated practices of piety. Moreover, he convinced Don Bosco to write his memoirs, to leave the Salesians a spiritual legacy. And it was also this time and this same Pope who approved the constitutions and the Salesian Society, the Institute of the Daughters of Mary Help of Christians, and the Pius Union of Salesian Cooperators, and was among the first to enroll as a Salesian cooperator. Don Bosco has a great love for Pius IX and accepted his advice even when it cost him great sacrifice. And this Pope too had great esteem for Don Bosco and called him to Rome often to ask for help on certain matters. On December 8, 1854, Pope Pius IX defined the dogma of the Immaculate Conception, and in 1869 he called the First Vatican Council, and in 1870 proclaimed Saint Joseph as the patron of the Universal Church. He died on this day in 1878 after 32 years of pontificate. Pope Pius IX was beatified by Pope John Paul II in 2000. These two holy men, Pope Pius IX and Don Bosco, had God at the center of their lives and their hearts. Their works and acts show the depth of God's presence in their lives. God was their treasure and the motivation in their vocation. As we celebrate this Eucharist today, let us look into our own lives and allow the Lord to reign over our hearts and minds so that in the end, we become signs and bearers of God's love to everyone, starting in our own families and communities today. Let Him be the one inside our hearts and our minds.